What is up? What is up? What is up? It's summer now. Welcome to the worm. Welcome to summer. It's freaking fantastic. 70 degrees today. Perfectly calm. Finished the last video doing the rifle range and building that platform yesterday. I only shot what you guys saw on video, and my neck is freaking sore. Maybe I needed to make that deck like tilted like this so you're kind of laying at an angle shooting off the top. I don't know how to lay down and shoot. Never done it before yesterday, so a pretty decent chance I'm doing something wrong. It's time. I said when it got above 60 it was warm enough. We're gonna get the big planer out and plane a whole bunch of stuff, and the one thing I really want to get to is putting the picnic table back together. I don't think I made a video of building the picnic table. I might have a few clips, but the top was just made out of one log, chainsaw milled into 5 slabs, and the biggest 3 slabs were the top of the table, and then the outside 2 slabs were the 2 benches. These are the 2 side braces. You can see this is one. Actually, you know what? I think these were just like the first and last slab, probably off that same log. And then the legs were just garbage chunks, 4-piece, looks like 4-footers. This was built 2 years ago, I think, and it's become my only big table. Is it my only table? I guess I have a desk in the cabin now, but my only table outside. And since I live outside, I kind of need that thing back. But more importantly for a lot of you, it's become the way I say thank you for supporting me on Patreon. Unfortunately, I wanted to refinish it. Let's see what we got under here. Oh yeah, got my Alaskan mill rails. I wanted to refinish it. I think I finally varnished it last year. Of course, I just used whatever garbage I had. It might even have been interior varnish. Didn't last very long, but I continued carving names through it. And when I carved through that hard outer layer, then water got in there and kind of screwed it all up. Like, I don't want Laura L and Susan B to think it was their fault, but hey, I mean, somebody's got to be at fault, right? So we're gonna get the big planer out, start the generator, run all that through there, and then I'm gonna spend probably a day sitting out in the sunshine carving names, and then we're gonna seal the crap out of it. I don't know if you've ever seen the crap sealed out of a picnic table, but it's really something. Okay, but there is one catch. Today being really nice and calm and warm, I made myself get up this morning and do this stuff that I haven't been able to do because it's cold, but I also haven't wanted to do. I kind of have this habit of like, oh, I got an idea, I want to go build whatever, and I build the thing and I get it like 98% done, and then, you know, that's good enough. It works for what I want it for. There's always a little something I don't get to, and this time it was caulking. I'm so addicted to this cheapo roof tar stuff I use for caulk everywhere that I just found 2.5 cases. Different brands I just buy at different times. You know, they're like maybe $2 a tube, and then if they go on sale, you know, it's like 20 bucks for a case, so I just grab a case. I have one in the garage, one in the lean-to. Actually, I may even have another one down in my trailer. You can never have too much roof tar. Remember this place? I've spent 0 time in here since I finished the man cave, I think. Tito's been staying in here when he comes out to visit, like every other weekend or something. He's got all his stuff. Should we go look through his stuff? Every time I open this, I assume that I'm going to get a raccoon right to the face. This is really a great place, you know? You should always own at least one raised small cabin that has a trap door to get in. So one of the things I wanted to caulk, oh yeah, I can see right through. It's on the outside where the roof boards sit on the rafters here. That didn't get caulked, so in between each one of these. It's not like it really matters that much. Actually, man, all the walls need to be recaulked. Holy cow. Look at the gap through that one. That's the worst one. But it's really the end of the roof boards where they stick out. I didn't use drip edge, so I took the tar paper, wrapped it over the 1-inch boards, stapled it on, and then the shingles stick out all wonky like. But old tar paper, it's not like it's perfectly wrapped, you know, there are a bunch of tears and stuff in it, so I think it's possible that without the drip edge, the water hits the shingles, runs off the edge, and then just goes right back up into the roof boards. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that edge. It's just, you can just see the ends of the board. So I'm thinking I'll trim whatever tar paper's on there off, and then I'm just gonna glop it with roof tar caulk, because it doesn't really matter that much, any of this. I mean, Tito will use it till his cabin's done. His cabin is right through the trees there. You can't quite see it, but down the trail, turn, and it's right back in there. I don't know. It's not like it's got real windows or anything. The bugs can get in through the gap between the soft window glass and the framing. Well, I at least got to trim those shingles back. They look horrible. Well, crap, it doesn't look bad from up here. No, that's not exactly true. It looks pretty bad. Yeah, some of them are chopped right back to the quick. Just did one side of the deer castle there up by the roof, and I was trying to think, how could I possibly film this? And does it matter? Does anybody really want to see me using more roof tar? And I thought it'd be a shame if I fell off the ladder to not have it on film. But more than that, I've been listening to the same old podcasts for an hour and a half now because I can't touch my phone. Even if I take the gloves off, I've still somehow, must be a hole in one of these. There was roof tar on the inside of the glove, so I can't touch anything. And I didn't bring any solvents out here, but maybe I'll clean up and throw this on my helmet, and you can just see why this has bothered me for 2.5 years. I'm just cutting that tar paper out of there and then gooping it up. Somebody put an awful lot of staples in. Actually, you know, I think I did this knowing there wasn't going to be drip edge, and some of it started flipping up over time, so I came back and stapled it again. So there's a staple every 1.5 inches now. Oh man, not the best thing to be doing when you got a sore neck. Just put a little extra goop on the side there. And then we just squish it in there like that. I'm trying to seal the end of the wood up a little bit too. Probably doesn't make any difference, like everything I do out here. It's kind of fun to do. Alright, now I got caulk on one hand, so let's see if I can still get these filled in. Just these little cracks here. Doesn't that look so much better? Man, a lot better. I think that's pretty much the definition of a thankless task. And in this case, probably made no difference. But it's been on my list for about 2 years, so I'm glad it's done. Now we can fire up the planer. Alright, I think before I drag this thing out, I'm gonna make a real table here out of this. This is just a cracked, busted piece of pine that's been out here for a year. I have so much garbage lumber around here. Like, I mill up a log and there's always 2 pieces out of it that have a crack or a bad spot. I think we could just layer a whole bunch of it together, screw it together, and might have to level that stump out a little bit. So much drilling power. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Big hole in the middle. Maybe I should just put the table right on top of this board. Close enough. Oh, mosquitoes are out. Well, it is mid 60s. It's been really wet. This might end up being a gnarly mosquito year. On the upside, downside, upside. I'm gonna have to set up my tent pretty soon. Move back to the out of doors. Well, I could use this. There's a little 1-inch aspen with some cracks in it. Yeah, a bunch of more. This must have been left over from the roof or the floor in the cabin. These aren't quite big enough. Could use that for something. Well, we got plenty right here. Don't even have to bust into the other pile. Now all I need is a table to build my table on. If only I had a table right here. No, that's not gonna work. Oh, the picnic, oh, I can't do the picnic table. I need that table in order to build this table in order to put that table together. Oh, tent deck. That's sort of flat. That'll do fine. Now we've got a table to make a table. I just had a terrifying thought. What if this whole time I haven't been able to get this to work? I've been thinking it was because of the cold. What if there's actually something wrong with it? I mean, it's better part of 70 degrees now. Man, I just hope it works. I bet you do. You do. I could tell you did. You really want to see some boards planed. Yeah, I'm so excited to do this. Let's start with one of the seats. We'll save the most funnest for last, the one with the names on them to freshen them up. Got a flat surface, don't need to take all that off. Let's pray to the gods of the power tools that this works. Or I'll be in a fit of rage like you've never seen before. I'm not sure if I've ever been in a fit of rage. It won't be good. Well, that was seriously weird. There's no rain in the forecast for the next week, and all of a sudden I was like, did I just get peed on by a bird or something? Just started raining out of nowhere. And now it's gone. No rain in the forecast for the week. There's a whole mass of these really slow bugs barely flying around here. We got to get one to look at. Man who catch fat fruit fly with hand can accomplish anything with a planer. They're so small, it's so hard to focus on. There we go. We'll check him out under the microscope a little later. So that came out quite nice, didn't it? Except for the rain spots. It's just a little bit left on the end here. I don't think I'm going to bother hacking it down to that. Got to leave a little bit of character. Hear the woodpecker? I can see him sitting right there. Sounds like Morse code. He's saying plain more picnic table. Well, now I'm having generator problems. I don't know what's going on. Put a new plug in it. Doing a couple little things. Drain the carburetor out. Clean the oil, the air filter. I don't know if it's like overheating or something. So I'm gonna take the covers off and see what happens. Change the gap in the plug a little bit. See if that does anything. It's gonna get full of dust. But hey, we've got planing to do. Gas cap vent is open. It's not pulling too much sauce because it worked before. The only thing that's changed is it's warmer out. Power tools are awesome, and it really sucks when they don't work right. You know what the deal is? Generator runs for a little bit, then it doesn't. Got the 2 benches done. Let's feed one of the cool ones through here now. Got to be a problem with the computer chip in there or something, because I'd shut it off, turn it on, shut it off, do it enough times, eventually you get it where it runs perfectly. Shut it off, go inside, come out, start it up, and there's nothing you can do to get it to run. So I'm gonna let it run. Got a bunch more stuff to plane. Unfortunately, I'm kind of getting hungry, but I don't dare turn it off. Big old change of plans. Decided to take a couple days off of the picnic table. Tito's here. We're gonna put the footings in for his cabin. Doesn't this place look a little different without the snow on it? Finally dried out. These holes that we dug, when did we dig these? In the fall? Yeah, it was before the ground froze.
There was snow.
There was snow when we dug them?
Yeah, like coming from the sky.
Oh, sky snow.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And we wanted to take a look at the lumber that he milled, we milled. I don't know when that was either. Like a couple months ago.
There was ground snow then.
There was ground snow. It was different. It's coming up from below. So kind of got to get the floor frame. This is all for the floor frame. Got to get it put together. This seems so backwards, but before this dries out, because this aspen gets real warpy and cracky. So we'll get the footings done today. Gosh, these bugs are making me crazy already.
Yeah.
Get the footings in, and then next weekend or something, he can start putting the frame together. Can't remember how much concrete I used for the footings from my cabin. I think it was like 2 or 2. You guys remember? Anybody remember? Nobody remembers. It was like 2 or 2.5 bags a piece. So we got 4 holes. We got 10 bags. Hopefully that'll do it. What's the standard for how deep these should be?
48.
48 millimeters or hours?
Miles per hour.
You're right. These things do bite.
Oh, they're so bad.
Oh, sorry. I just took the camera and hammered my arm with it.
Yeah, those
Okay.
things, those are pure poison to me.
Okay, I'm gonna get some bug spray.
Yeah. That's probably the one the deer. It is.
Is that the one that deer broke its leg in?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, my dad would be so mad with you.
A level.
You never drop a level. You never lean it against the wall. One thing I will say, and I bet it's a 50-50 whether it was a chance or not, is that the tines on the rake are down. Did you do that on purpose or an accident?
If I did it, it would be up.
Okay, so it was an accident.
Yeah.
I'm gonna unlevel it.
That was a superior bag pouring.
Look. Oh, some nice, fresh.
Wait, let me see if that's some mint water. Yep.
So how do you tell? You have to swish it around or what?
That's
That's good.
some good stuff.
That's the stuff. Shall I scree?
Yeah, let me do a slump test.
Slump it. Oh, perfectly slumped. So nice when it just starts coming together like that, you know? I think you should be doing this though.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, then why are you standing way up there?
Because it was satisfying watching you do it.
Oh yeah, get it. That's definitely the best, the only good part of doing concrete is this. You gonna put your initials in it? You gonna put TLSM?
Yeah, you should, in the date.
Looks beautiful. Next.
Yep. You gotta tell me to stop.
Stop! Time for the next one. This is why it pays to build really small stuff, because you can do a whole part of the project in an hour.
I wonder if people that work with concrete are really good at making instant mashed potatoes without reading the
I
directions.
think they'd have to be. Ooh, that's gonna be a nice amount. That one. Keep going. You don't have to watch it. You just keep your hands moving, boy.
Sorry, boss.
Sorry, boss. Sorry, boss man. Last one, and then carve your initials in the first one. See if it's dry enough yet.
Yep. You put an I in here?
I don't even think you need it. I think you've just come up with a new logo for yourself.
Yep.
I've been calling him Tito since high school. I
Yep.
don't even remember where it came from. But just recently we had an argument about how you spell it. I've always spelled it T-I-T-O, and he thinks it's with a D, so we compromised. I don't know if you can see it, but that's a D, a lowercase d with a cross T on it. I like it without the I.
Yeah.
You have to come up with a...
There's no I in Tito.
I can't think of anything that would have polished off this couple hours work better than you just, or even you just stumbling and going down like knee first on that face first.
Yeah, should I put an imprint of my face in one of these?
I think you should, especially now that we dumped all the water out. You don't have any way to wash it off. Well, you got all that sunscreen on.
Yeah,
That's
well,
like, that's a mold release
yeah.
agent. This is just a really progressive day. Got the pads done, and something I've been trying to get myself to do for 2 years is clean out the water tower. Whoa, hold on. Oh, right down the front of my shirt.
Something in there?
Well, I guess I could turn the nozzle off before. Oh.
My armpit. My brains.
Oh, god damn. Look at that. I got slime. Oh, awesome. Ooh, yeah, that smells very green. Alright, grab some bleach and some scrubbies.
Wipe the bottom of it.
Yeah, that was from the
Italian bread.
inside. So
Really?
this is the reserve tank. It's been sitting without water for a year and a half. And this is the one I use all the time. It's not too bad. I mean, just for showering, it gets a little bit of bleach in there. Got some water left over from the concrete making. Thinking we add a bunch of bleach to it. You want just enough that it makes your arms tingle. Try to coat the walls a little bit if I can. Let's see, where did I leave my power washer? Oh yeah, there you go. I knew I had one around here somewhere. Thought about hauling this thing out, both of these out in a trailer, taking them to a car wash and blasting the inside, but they're just not that bad. I'm trying to keep my voice down because Tito's napping in the shade right now. He's very old. Well, it works pretty well. There is some stuff in there I can't identify. Yeesh. Some gnarly stuff in there. Not a lot, but what is in there is pretty gross. Whoa, maybe I should put the cap on the bleach first. Oh, that worked quite nicely. Oh, I wasn't ready.
You did this on the count of 6?
Yeah, you gotta go down lower though, because it hit me in the jaw.
So, okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, right in the nuts.
4, 5, 6. There you go.
How about you do it and tell me when you're actually gonna do it?
I said on the count of 6.
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't make it.
Where are you? I'm on the very bottom.
I'm not.
Oh, you should be.
Oh. Something to hold on to at the very bottom.
Yeah, there's a bar.
Oh, the very, very bottom.
Yeah.
You only said one very.
This will make it easier. Which count?
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Don't laugh, you asshole. Someone's gonna lose a tooth.
We made that way harder than for you did.
Jeez, oh Pete, I even got more schmuck on me. Only took 2 years to get around to doing that. Ready to have running water again. Sorry, I got sidetracked again. I found some scope rings for my pellet gun here, and I really want to see if you can hit a target at 125 yards with a pellet gun. So I just had to sight it in real quick. We'll do the picnic table pretty soon, okay? Since I don't have the picnic table here, I've got no rest. This is the best I can do, and it's missing the side of the man cave by maybe a ½ an inch to get that target I put out there. It's pretty good, within an inch or so. It's not that I don't want to do the picnic table, I really do, but you can just get distracted so easily out here. All right, let's do it. I was thinking I'd put this together over here somewhere in an open space, but once it's all one piece, I can't move it anymore by myself. Since this is all just free-handed, it never really got flattened out. I mean, it looks like I used the hand planer to knock the high spots off, but sighting down it, there's some weird bows and stuff in it. We might as well just fix it before we put it together. I think we labeled these, didn't we? Oh yeah, 5. Should be this bench. Remember, I ripped these down just a little bit to make them under 13 inches so they go through the planer. So this is a little bit long. I think these are going to be a little long too. That one chunk that's sitting on top right now is just a brace to keep all the boards in line because they're only supported like 8 feet apart. So they kind of, one would sag in the middle, one would bow up. Yeah, maybe I should take the chainsaw and chop all these down just a little bit so they're not sticking out the side like that. You guys are so freaking awesome. I can't believe how many people there are supporting me out here. I've never actually looked at like the total number. I thought, well, I'll just write them down real quick, one sheet of paper. It's like several sheets of paper. And everybody, whether they donate $1 a month or $1 total or $20 a month, whatever it is, they are what's paying for all of these videos. Like everything I've purchased in the last few years that you've seen in the video has come from people supporting me there. But what a great way to spend money, you know? You make the video, make the money, take the money, put it into the next video, have a great time doing it, make a little more money, put it into the next one, and on it goes. Hopefully, what do you think? Another 20 years or so? I think I said I was going to finish the picnic table and then, as a reward, I could go shoot the pellet gun. How about if I finish writing the names down on the pad, then I can shoot the pellet gun, and then I'll carve the table? I think that sounds very reasonable. Oh yeah, C plus. Gotta charge up both batteries for the Dremel too. I think they're already charged, but let's just pretend it's gonna take several hours to charge these up. Oh yeah, when it beeps green like that, that means at least 3 hours. Or whatever. Okay, finish your list. I know what you're wondering. Did you at least finish writing down all the names? I didn't. I got like halfway though. And then I looked out the window. It was such a beautiful day. I, of course, wasn't laying down. I was just using a stick to steady it. Started at 40 yards, went back, I got back to about 100 yards. And I did hit a 12-inch plate once. Problem is when you're back there, all you've got is your, hearing. At 100 yards, I did hear one ding. These were earlier shots from a 22. These were from closer. I think this is the one from 100 yards. It barely scratched the paint. I mean, the quicker we hit this, the quicker I can get back to work. This is what happens when you don't have a boss. Well, there was no wind the last couple days, and today there's just a titch bit, but I wonder if that's going to be too much to be able to hear those things ring. You gonna hit it first shot, you think? Shooting about 10 feet high. Oh, that's crazy. I don't know if you could hear it, but I hit it. You guys remember the first time that Sarah came out here and shot? We were shooting playing cards with a 22 handgun, shooting the cards on edge so you really can't see them. I think I split the card in like 10 rounds or something. She went there, took a long time to sight it, squeezed the trigger, and cut it right in half with the first shot. You can have pizza as soon as you split this card in half.
Uh-oh.
Oh, first shot! So what do you think about that, Sarah? I'm in the same league as you now, except I'm going to take another shot and there's no way I'm going to hit it again. Nope. No idea where it's going now. Alright, last shot, and then I really need to get back to work. I don't know why you guys keep bothering me to do this stuff. I mean, it takes so long to hit that you assume you missed. Squeeze the trigger, listen for a second, then give up, go have a cup of tea, come back, ding! There it is. Let's end on that note, shall we? See? I got it all done. It's only 24 hours later than I told myself I'd do it. Let's take a look at this bug that we caught. I'm hoping that it's the one that Tito and I both hate so much. They just swarm around your face. They're not no-see-ums, they're bigger than that. But man, they leave a gnarly bite. I kind of like to look at this tiny thing and see some like massive fangs on it. I don't know, I got a few different ones in here. I don't know if it's the super tiny one. Oof, man, that guy looks a little bit like a tick. I think it's the super tiny one. Oh yeah, I got 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, when I was swinging at him, trying to grab him out of the air, I couldn't even tell if I had him in my hand, but it looks like I caught a couple. God, they're so small, it's really hard to tell what exactly it is. My best guess is either European spruce bark beetle or powder post beetle, only because I found those two in previous years. I kind of don't feel like it's either of those though. Unfortunately, one other bug I caught the other day is a carpenter ant. It was just outside the door trying to get underneath the door jamb. I hope they stay out there. I haven't seen any in here yet, but that could be a real problem. Did also find a moth dead in here the other day. They're always really fun to look at underneath here. God, aren't they crazy looking under a microscope? Just wild. It's a whole different world. Alrighty then, let's see. I wonder how I should carve these. I mean, before it was just completely random for every side of the table, and that's because when I started doing this, they were only like 4 Patreon supporters. I'm kind of feeling like it might be cool to do like a row of names and then go the other way with the row of names. Maybe I could start with like a big diagonal across here, start them all off of one line here, go edge to edge, and then turn and go a different direction. That right there is what you call a plan to go get the straight edge. Do this really light. Holy cow, this bit is so dull. I'm just kind of burning holes in the table, but that looks cool. I guess I should have started this yesterday. I'm already cramping and I'm maybe a 10th of the way there. This is terrifying. It's like I imagine doing tattoos. You're just afraid you're gonna spell something wrong, leave a letter out. It's kind of permanent. Oh lordy, as I'm carving these, I'm thinking this is way too many names. These are just the people that are actively supporting me at $5 a month or more, and this is hugely out of whack, so I just went and looked at my computer. I do believe I got all the ones I was supposed to and a whole bunch of other names. People that used to donate, people that have just thrown in a couple bucks here or there. I mean, it's not everybody or it would be far longer than this, but I think I'm just gonna carve them. You know, it looks cool on the table anyway. And it's not like people stopped donating just because they couldn't stand to see their name on the table anymore. Maybe right angles would look cool. Let's try that on for size. I gotta say, those of you that have E's in your name, I don't appreciate it. I have really weird handwriting, especially the way I do my E's, and they're hard to carve. I mean, it's not like I blame you or anything. I do blame Jeremy B for making me carve the Y in a knot. Hope you don't mind. I don't know if it's gonna look weird or not, but just think, Jeremy, you have your own knot on the table. Hey, Jim M, Dan K, and Kate R, I really appreciate you guys having short names so you could fit right in between this knot and the line. See how nicely they fit right there? Now where I really screwed up is I should have saved Joe G and Ed G. Well, I think I could have fit Ed G, maybe not Joe G. Don't think your small names go unappreciated. Bill R, you're cramping my hand, man. Something tells me Kelly C is not going to be any better. Ooh, that's a good one. Let me give it a go. I assume that's Swedish. Per Sundström. Per Sundström. Probably not. Ha ha ha! We did it. That, I believe, is everybody up to at least a month ago or so. Of course, this video doesn't come out for a while, and by that time, there'll probably be a couple more people donating on Patreon, but you will get carved. I don't know if this is gonna make it better or worse. Oh no, that looks better already. I might as well recut these ends too, since they were done with a chainsaw. They're pretty gnarly. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to see all these once I get it varnished, and certainly a few days later when it gets dirt and all the dents, but I think I'm going to try putting a little bit of lead in each. Oh yeah, we'll just trace it real quick. It'll make it show up. I got a sweatshirt on. I'm getting kind of cold, which kind of makes me think this varnish isn't going to set up very well. I gotta varnish this now though, because my cousin is coming out tomorrow. I think he's gonna be here for 4 days. He's bringing a new bow he got, a handful of arrows and some targets, so we're gonna set that up around here. I've had this idea for quite a while to do a walking archery range. I'd probably use the same path that goes around the backside of the property that has all the 22 targets where you walk and shoot. But we'll bring his bow out here, shoot around here a whole bunch, and then I'm thinking about trying to make a cedar bow. There were a few years there a long time back that I was into making long bows and flat bows. I think I just made like 4 or 5 of them or something. I might be able to make some arrows out of those aspen suckers out here. But I'm thinking I might try to split a cedar and then use all my Ryobi tools and chainsaw and stuff and make a bow or two. Anyway, so when he's here for 3 or 4 days, I don't want to be here working on this, so we're gonna put varnish on it, even if it turns out like gloppy jello for the next month. Looks super cool. I don't know if you guys can see it through the weird shadows on the table, but I like the angular carving. Did 90 degrees, but kind of random. Well, I looked all over again and can't find the varnish I was planning to use on this, so I hope this will work. It does have UV protection. It's semi-gloss. I was kind of hoping for gloss since it's going to sit outside. And I don't know, is spar urethane necessarily oil-based? Nothing we can do now. Let's just go at it. Ooh, yeah, smells oil-based. That's good. That's a good sign when it curls your nostril hairs. Oh yeah. It's already satisfying. All right, let's see how it fills the names up. Hopefully it doesn't take all the graphite out of it. Nope. Looks like it'll work pretty well. This is so fun, especially when you don't have to worry about dripping it on the ground. You want to put it on nice and thick, just glop it on there and then stretch it out. Who just got varnish on the camera lens? What a jerk. What do you think? Looks kind of cool, don't it? First coat. Wow, that came out great. And you can read all the names. Pretty dope, pretty dope. Well, no sense in eating up more of your time seeing other coats going on, especially because it'll take a couple days. You stupid flies, why would they land there right now? That's what you call an inopportune time for both you and me. I just remembered a couple minutes ago that there were some names on the other table that I wanted to transfer onto this one for folks that have been kind of giving me extra support for, I don't know, a lot of different things for quite a while. So somehow if I can find them on the video of the old table, I'll try to get them transferred over. I don't know, most of you guys probably don't even care, right? You don't care? All right. Well, hopefully that's everybody up to definitely the last month or month and a half, something like that. Just like always, I'll give it a little while to collect some more names and then we'll do another carving. I think now that I see how cool it looks kind of pattern on here, I think I will go ahead and keep putting more on top. I mean, I'm going to do 3 or 4 or 5 coats right now, but we'll carve through it and then I'll just drizzle and dunk the varnish in those names and then put a coat or 2 over top of that. I mean, if we really do want this thing to not get gnarly and rotted out, I'm going to have to keep up putting varnish on it, so might as well keep carving you until the table's... Can you imagine? That thing was full. I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. All right, anyway, thanks guys. Thanks to all of you that have supported me in any way, any amount over the last 3 years. It's the reason I'm still out here. Come on back next week, probably make some bows. Have to go look around here for just the right tree. I think you can make, I think somebody at some point's made a bow out of cedar. It's about all I got out here that would work. Thanks. See you next week.